Hello and welcome to a chest and shoulder routine for flat bench style Bowflexes. My name is Eric. I'm a certified personal trainer and I'm really excited today because this is the very first routine in a brand new program I'm releasing on the channel called the Bowflex 100. It's designed to get you stronger, fitter, and feeling good on this machine in just 100 minutes a week. Now we do that with 3 workouts a week, and each workout is about 33 minutes. But this program, it's extremely customizable. If you want to go through a little bit faster, you can. There's a total of 8 routines in this program, and you could maybe choose 4 days a week, even 5 days a week if you really want. And there's also a bonus, a 9th routine that is for Bowflexes that have this ground set of pulleys here. So I'm working from a Bowflex Blaze here, but you can do this routine on any flat bench style Bowflex that is going to have the lat tower here and this leg extension attachment, and your bench needs to be able to go to this angled position. So that's what you need for the 8 routines. That bonus 9th routine is going to use this ground set of pulleys, which is available on the Bowflex Blaze, the Sport, and there's a bunch of different versions of them. And those pulleys unlock a few new leg lifts that we'll be doing in that bonus workout. Now, that is the 9 routines over there, plus I've created 8 add-on routines that go with each and every video in this program. So the add-on routines are if you want to extend your workout on a particular day, or maybe your goal is instead of 33 minutes a day, I want to work out 45 minutes in my workouts. So the add-on routines are about 12 minutes long and they extend the workout for that day. So today we're doing, again, chest and we're doing shoulders, and that add-on routine is going to add a bit more shoulder work for about 12 minutes. So those are totally optional, and the way I like to approach it though is I'm here for the main routine. If I'm feeling good and I want to extend my workout, then I do that add-on routine. So a lot of customization there. And all these routines, I should mention, they're all going to be hosted for free here on YouTube, and they all have a free PDF in the description. So print this PDF out, and there's a space where you can write down your resistance setting and the number of reps you did. And then when you come back to this routine in the future, you know what you did before, you'll be able to find a challenging weight to start out with, and then you can work on raising up those, the number of reps. And that's how you're going to get stronger. That's called progressive overload. So free routines, free PDF, and I've also decided to do something a little bit different here. I'm actually making all of these videos ad-free on YouTube as well. So you come to the video, it's going to just start right up into the workout itself. No more 30 or 60-second ad on these routines here. Trying something a little bit different. And this is all kind of geared more towards a community support model here. And I have a Patreon that if you like what I'm doing and you want to support it, join over on Patreon. It's going to get you access to this whole program, and then it's also going to get you access to all my other workout programs. Now, you can also purchase the program directly, and that program is going to be, it's going to give you a lot more structure. So again, there's 17 videos here. There's a lot to do, and you can kind of bounce around between each and every video. And if you're just here for a random routine, then doing that works out just fine. But if you're looking for some progression, the programs are really designed for that, and they factor in stuff like rest time. So you're not going to hit your chest 2 days in a row when you're doing the program. So the program is also going to put everything together in a calendar format for you. So if you're like, hey, I want to work out 4 days a week, the program lets you just print out a calendar that's going to tell you exactly what routine to be doing each and every day of the week. It also puts all of these PDFs together in just one big workbook or one big file for you, so you're not hunting and pecking around trying to download each and every routine. So check out the program if you want to support the channel, or on Patreon. Both of those things help make this all possible. So I'll talk about more the ad-free model that I'm trying out here later on in the video, but let's talk about the workout here. So we are going to be using short handles for the first part of this routine, or at least I will be. You don't need to have the short handles to get a little bit more of a stretch when you're doing some of these exercises, but you can use the Bowflex handles if you want, or if this is all you have. The other thing is I'm going to be using my resistance upgrade kit, which is a great way to add a ton more resistance, maybe 2-3 times more resistance for a very low cost. So you can check that out if if you need more resistance. That upgrade kit also comes with a pair of short handles and some other gear. It comes with a bar if your Bowflex doesn't have those as well. One thing I totally forgot about the Bowflex 100 program, I just want to add really quick too, is in each of the routines, or most of the routines, I'm going to have one body weight exercise in there. And I'm going to show you a couple different variations of that, because body weight is different for everybody and we're all at different levels. So I'm going to show you kind of an easier way to do it, and the most challenging way to do it as well. So hopefully, you learn some body weight exercises through this, and trying to mix some things up. I've been doing videos for this machine for like 4 years now. And so I want to, kind of change things up here. So, also these can be really good takeaways for maybe you're on the road one day visiting family or something that you don't have, your Bowflex with you. You can maybe crank out some body weight exercises and still get a little bit of a workout in when you're on the road. So, that is the whole program, I think, or everything I can remember right now. We're going to have our normal little 4-minute warm-up and stretch, and then we're going to rack up our resistance. So I hope you join me for this. I hope you're ready for the Bowflex 100. Hit that like button, and I'll see you right back. All right, let's get this started with some jogging in place, or you can do some jumping jacks, high knees, body weight squats, whatever you want to do to start getting the body warm, and then we'll get a good stretch going. So while we're doing this, let's look at today's lifts. First up, we're doing chest press. After chest press, we're going to take it a little more vertical and go with the shoulder press. From there, then, moving into a chest fly. Now after that, we're going to change a couple settings around, and we're going to be going into a cable lateral raise. Great one for hitting your shoulders. And then we got a standing, or I have a leaning cable crossover. And then we're going to finish things off with our body weight exercise, doing some push-ups. Now I hope I don't lose anybody right there saying we're doing push-ups, I got a Bowflex. We're gonna make this fun. We're gonna do as many push-ups as we can at the end of this. Great way to finish off this routine. So let's start winding this down here. We're gonna go into saucers. For a saucer, we're gonna pretend our nose is the center of the spiral and trace that spiral outwards, making bigger and bigger circles. And now we're going to change directions and slowly trace that spiral inwards. Okay, nice. Torso twist. Hands together, elbows out wide, spin side to side, loosen up our back and our core here. And then we're going in some YTWs here. So reach up nice and high, all the way up as high as you can reach. Make a nice Y, then bring your hands together in front of you, out wide into a T. Get a good stretch together and make a W. When you do this, really squeeze your back here and then bring your hands together. And we're just going to repeat this here. So Y up as high as you can go, together, T out wide, together, W, get that squeeze, and together. We're going to do one more of each of these. Y, all the way up, together. T, all the way out wide, together. And our last W here. Nice. Okay, arm swings into an arm pull. So we're just loosening up our chest and our back here. And now we're going to pull our arm across our body or above our head here. And we're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, swing again and pull. And finally, going down to 30 seconds here. I'm going to do what's called the chest opener. I'm going to have one hand on the Bowflex. I'm just going to be trying to open up my chest here though. You can do whatever you want to do in these last 30 seconds here as this timer ticks down. I'm going to switch sides, other side here. And now when this clock hits 0, we're going to start racking up our resistance and looking at our lifts. Okay, so chest press up first. Now for chest press, I am going to be starting out a little bit lower than where I'm going to end up. I want to kind of continue my warm-up with this first set. So I'm going to rack up just 100 pounds here for this first set, and I'll be going up to probably 130 after this. Now for my 100 pounds, my Bowflex came with 210, and I mean 100 pounds on both sides. So I've got a 50-pound power rod, and then I'm also using this elastic band that is part of my upgrade kit here to add more resistance. So each band here is about 50 pounds of resistance. And if you do buy the kit, you get a ton of bands. I'm only using 3 on each side, and you actually get enough for 3 on each side 3 times. So you get a lot of replacement parts in case they go bad. I've been using the same bands for about a year, and they still work great. So chest press here, bench at the angle position. I'm gonna have my handles kind of up here right at my chest, and I'm just gonna be driving this weight away from me. So when the clock hits 0, I want you in position here, and we're gonna press this weight out in front of us here and slowly retract it. And that's 1. So I'm gonna be targeting 10 reps per set here. That's 2, 3, 4, and we're just continuing that warm up here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we have a minute of rest between every set here. There's gonna be one exercise where we have a little bit shorter rest interval, but not there yet. So we have the opportunity though to adjust our weight setting. I'm also going to be writing down what I did there. So I got 10 in, and I definitely had reps in the tank still. Again, that's kind of good here. We're trying to make sure we're completing our sets. And I'm going to add another 30 pounds of resistance here. And then we're just taking it easy here, staying loose, getting ready for that next set. So we want to be, taking our reps nice and smooth. It's all about controlling the weight through the whole range of motion. So let's get in position here, and we're gonna extend that out, and that's 1. Nice, slow retraction. That's 2, 3, 4. I want you exhaling as you're pressing out. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So we got 2 more sets of that coming up. Let's keep writing down our numbers so we know what we did. And if you felt like you had 3, 4, 5 reps in the tank, think about raising that weight up. Now, if you barely completed all 10, or if you came up a little bit short, probably want to drop the weight down just a little bit. We want to be completing our target number of reps here, especially this early on in the routine. Later on, if you come up a little bit short and you're failing, that's okay, but we want to be getting a good amount of volume in here still. Okay, less than 10 seconds. I want you seated. Get in position here. Extend it out. That's 1 rep. Come on. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep driving that weight straight out in front of you. That's 6, 7. I know this is getting tough. 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's keep writing it down. And I got to put some gloves on. I thought I'd be okay for a little bit longer here, but I'm already sweating pretty good and losing my grip. Let me tell you, in Florida, I'm in Tampa, Florida. We just had the hottest day ever in Tampa a couple days ago. It was 100 degrees here, but after humidity, the heat index put it at over 120 degrees. This is crazy. So anyways, it is just so hot here. Let's go ahead and get in position. And we got our final set coming up here. Two, one, and extend it out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. Okay. It's our last set of chest press, and we're going into shoulder press up next. Now, I normally can do almost the same amount of weight. I'm going to try staying at 130 here. I might drop it a little bit here. I definitely don't go up when I move in the shoulder press. Now, it is super hot here, but of course, as soon as I started recording, my neighbor just started mowing his lawn and like 95-degree heat, which is like 110-ish probably everywhere else. Anyways, hopefully that's not coming through on the mic. All right, our shoulder press, same position, except we're gonna take it more vertical. Try to almost go perpendicular to the ground here as we press up. So we're gonna be pressing almost straight up here with each rep. That's 1. Everything else is the same though. 2, 3, exhale on the way up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Let's keep writing all these numbers down. Okay, we got 2 more sets of shoulder press. I think I'm going to be keeping the weight setting the same, though I know I was really struggling on the last couple reps. So if you come up a little bit short, just give it your all. And, on the next set, think about, if that weight setting good or if you might need to drop it a bit. Okay. 5 seconds. Let's start getting in position, hands on the handles. And here we go, extend it up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. I am gonna keep it the same 130 here, I think, through this next set. I'm gonna be dropping it after this when we go in the chest press. It's always kind of tough to figure out, you know, do I keep the weight setting the same or do I drop it? My kind of rule of thumb is if you're doing your first set and you are failing before you even complete all 10, you got a little bit too much weight on there. It's really important that you have a, you know, power and control through that whole range of motion. If you're, you know, shaking around a lot and failing really early on, and then you're doing another 2 or 3 sets after that, you know, your form ends up really falling apart. So, you know, if you are going to fail, try to have it be on the last set or two. Let's get in position here and extend it out. That's 1, 2, 3. Feel that power. We're early on in the set here. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. You got this. 8, 9, and 10. Yes. Okay. Write it down. I got all 10. I'm feeling good about that. We're going in the chest fly here. So I'm going to drop from 130 on each side down to 100 pounds on each side. So about a 25% reduction in weight here. And then I'm keeping my bench and everything at the same position here. And so for chest fly, we're going to have our arms outstretched wide. Now I'm going to have a slight bend at my elbow here. You don't necessarily need to have like a locked elbow. I like a small bend there. And then we're going to be bringing the weight together here in front of us. You don't need to have the handles tap in front of you. They, you know, they should just be kind of at least shoulder width apart here. So let's get ready to go here. Hands on the handles, arms outstretched. And we're going to bring them together here and slowly retract, control the weight through the whole range of motion. That's 2, 3, 4. Exhale when you're bringing them together. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. Okay. 2 more sets of chest fly. And again, having that little bit of a bend there for me, right at the end, that really helps me get kind of a squeeze in the middle of my chest. And that's really what the chest fly ends up hitting a lot, is kind of your inner chest there. Okay, we got 10 seconds. I want you seated, and now let's grab those handles and get ready to go. 3, 2, and 1. Let's fly. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, one more set. I went a little faster. I'm going to try to slow it down next set. Now, I want to point out one thing too. You know, if you don't have this upgrade kit, I used to really be disappointed in the amount of resistance that, you know, this machine really put out, especially for like chest press and these chest exercises. Now, the first thing that makes a big difference is this pair of short handles. And the reason for that is you get resistance earlier on in the lift. You get a little bit more stretch, and that helps, you know, with that whole range of motion. And then of course, the bands add a ton of resistance. So if you need just a little more resistance though, maybe those short handles will do it for you. Okay, 10 seconds. Arms out wide, slight bend. And let's fly, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, I only got 9 in there, that's all right. We're going to our cable lateral raises here. Okay, so there's a few different ways you can do these. I'm going to show kind of from behind the back here, the way I like to do this. So if you have just the resistance band, I'm going to be using a red resistance band here, and I'm kind of closer to the machine here, and I'm going to get a nice little stretch here behind my back, and this will be my starting point, and then I'm going to be raising this up to shoulder height, or maybe even a little bit above it. Now, if you don't have that, you can clip in the long handle here. And what I'm going to do is start here and then extend this up like that. Now I have a little bit too much weight on here, but same idea here. We're bringing this handle up towards our shoulder. Now, only thing I don't like about that is I run out of range of motion right at the end of the exercise. And with the band, you can just keep going. So here we go. Let's raise this up and slowly lower. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, other side, we have a short rest interval here, so be careful on your timing. Make sure we're, hooking up the longer handle if you need it. Again, I'm using this red band here. And we're going in 4 seconds here. 2, 1, let's raise it up, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay with me. We have a little longer rest interval here coming up. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yes. Okay, not much longer of a rest interval. Honestly, that might be the same rest interval and I just programmed it wrong, but guys, we can do this. We're gonna get in position here. We got about 5 seconds to go. Here we go, let's raise it up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, one more. Okay, last set of these raises. And then we're gonna go into the leaning cable crossover where we'll be back using the bench again. Okay, here we go. Let's go raise it up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got this. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. Okay, 2 sets of our leaning cable crossover. So I'm going back to the normal pulley system on the Bowflex, and I am going to be hooking up my longer handles. I'm only have 50 pounds of resistance hooked up initially here. While we do this, this is going to be kind of hitting our chest, our shoulders. Also get a little bit of bicep action in this particular exercise. So I'm going to have my butt up against the bench here. And there's actually 2 different ways you can do this. Is you can have the bench here, or we can remove the bench and just be up against the tower here. So for here, I'm going to be, up against the bench here, and I'm going to be raising these handles up out in front of me here, just like that. Now, the handles here, I'm trying to bring them in a little bit instead of out wide, bringing them kind of together a little bit. Okay, let's get in position here. And we're going to be bringing the handles out in front of us together, and that's 1. So they should end up about shoulder height in front of you. That's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Now you can also do this without the bench hooked up here. And this should be a little bit easier because you're stretching the power rods a little bit further. We're kind of up against the back here, and then you're going to be raising them up in front of you. Though that does use a little bit more shoulder stabilization going on. I think I'm going to try it like this here. Normally I do it with the bench at that angled position though. Okay, 10 seconds here. So we got this exercise and we're going into those push-ups here. Okay, so let's raise them up and slowly lower. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I call this leaning cable crossover because when you do it this way, you are leaning ahead. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, nice. All right, I am going to fold up my bench here really quick because we're going into push-ups up next. Now, if I think I can fold it here. No. Okay, I'm gonna just move my Bowflex out of the way here, hopefully, as we go into push-ups. So for push-ups, a lot of different ways you can do push-ups. If you need to, you can do push-ups from your knees. So you're only going, from here to here. And we're gonna be doing as many push-ups as possible here. This is called an AMRAP. Oh, another way you can do this too, kind of in between, is you can also do push-ups where you're up against the bench here and then you're pressing down like that. That way isn't quite the full push-up. You can have your feet up there for maximum resistance, or you can just do normal push-ups. And that's what we do here. So we're gonna have 40 seconds. I want you to do nice, slow, controlled push-ups. And you're gonna do as many as you can do. Now, if you need to stop at any point, stop, catch your breath, and then pick up on your work interval here. It's 13 for me, 14. We got 15 seconds, let's go. Okay. Full minute of rest here. Now I want you to write down how many reps you did. This is one where I know you come back to this, maybe I'll do more sometime. I got a full 20 in. Two more sets of these. So also write down, are you doing them from your knees? Are you doing partial push-ups where you're partly on the bench? Or, if you're doing full push-ups. All right, let's get in position here. Let's go. If you need to pause, take a break here, catch your breath. We have about 15 seconds, so let's finish this thing out. Join me when you can. Okay. One more set to go. You can do that. Only got 16 in there. Okay, as this timer ticks down, I want to give a big shout out again to the patrons that support this channel directly. The elite members listed up here get their name and their credits, and also access to all the workout programs and all the good stuff that I bring over on Patreon. They support this channel directly, so thank you again to them. And I said I was going to talk more about YouTube ads. I think in the intro, I'll do that in another video. We got 20 seconds here. And then we just got to give it our all, finish this thing out. Okay, so we got 5 seconds. Let's start getting in position. Get ready to knock this out. All right, let's go. Okay, we got 15 seconds. Let's finish this thing out. All right, that is going to do it. Thank you again for joining me in this routine. Make sure you comment below with a hashtag if you want this workout tracked, and don't forget to remove your power rods from tension. As always, I want you to be good to yourself, be good to others, and thank you for watching.